Our Storied Insight recognizes that our podcast is in part recorded, written, and edited on the unceded ancestral territory of the Tsleil-Waututh, Squamish, and Musqueam First Nations. My name is Milo. I play Rain. I am Métis. My family comes from Red River, and I am grateful to be in the territory of the Coast Salish peoples who have been generously sharing their culture and wisdom with me since I was a little kid when I lived on the territory of the Stolo First Nation. Thank you. Join us more in learning through resources made available in this episode's description.
A storied insight. A brave space where one brings their true character to life. Shall we turn the page and begin the next chapter?
Chapter 11. Chimera's Call. The trials of the library are at last over. Before the adobe archways, the gates of the loaming domain, the party stands and gazes beyond the Viravan's edge into a sprawling sanctuary. Here, the land showcases its bountiful wealth of flora and of fauna. While dawn crests the horizon, the panoramic view envisions dry savannas, snowy taigas, lush tropical rainforests, and other more exotic biomes just beyond. All this is kept in balance by ministrations of the arcane and druidic practitioners of the city, to serve as both preserve and resource. In a land where so many phenomenal forces intermix, strange and wonderful creatures are made possible, for better or worse.
Oh, come on. Where are you now?
What? What? We're right here.
No, not you. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
I know Vish is legit, but I'm not so sure about this lady's voices.
Yeah.
A tall being begins to descend from a constellation in the dawning sky.
Ah!
Its movements sound like a thunderstorm moving ever closer. Its body carries the color of the night sky, melanistic and shimmering. As the towering beast gently lands from its sky gallop, it sizes each one of you up, almost goring a hole into the hidden parts of your soul.
Oh, that thing's gonna eat me.
The parts that you keep secret from yourself. Some are caught by the beauty of the blooming labradorite scales that carve its chest and highlight its draconic face. Others are in awe of the golden nova of its eyes and stardust mane. The grace of this creature kneels before Sage, tucking its deer-like cloven hooves and lowering its humming horn. They stare at each other, like a union of lost twin flames, as its fox-like three tails brush along the side of Sage's frame. This is the familiar greeting of the mythic chimera known as Hiloha.
The tempest arrives at its own pace, young Southwood.
My old friend. I'm so jazzed we get to experience this joyous convergence of our karmic paths. Everyone. I got someone I want you to meet. This cool cat is Hiloha.
Hiloha.
Hello.
Hiloha just stares at each one of you.
We did not realize what eccentric company you keep these days.
Are we riding this?
I get real close to Sir George's shield.
Thou is surely not suggesting one suffer the insult of ferrying the unproven. Dost thou believe us to be a fresh-faced fool?
Yeah, his vibrations might not exactly synergize with your personal frequencies, you know?
Okay.
Perhaps one's descendants would be more consenting,
Ugh, kids.
provided your intentions are valiant. Instruct them to herald and see who answers.
Okay. Everyone take a moment and, breathe. Reach out with your spirit and feel the quantum harmonies of the world. Then, when you're ready, make known your sound soul with
Ah!
or do that. That's cool, man.
Is this to call our chimeras then?
Yeah,
Can I have a way that's not a whistle?
sure.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so I go and I pick up a little pebble that's flat and smooth, and there's a body of water over to the side, and I skip it across, and it goes into the distance, and you don't actually see it go down.
What was that? I want to skip stones too.
And then you just see a creature coming from the water, and it's a silvery otter with leathery skin like an alligator, and his name is Nyel. And he just kind of creeps onto the shore, but he's kind of fumbly in a way that's he's
Excuse
and he
me.
kind of stumbles on, and he hands us back the pebble.
Yeah, Nyel, way to bring the primo energy. I can already tell this is gonna be a stellar trip.
Oh my gosh! I love these dinners so much! They're my favorite!
To the rest of us, presumably we hear just otter squeaks and stuff. I love it.
Just nodding. Take him very seriously. Yes, quite important thing. So I think Visha, we've taken a break, we've stopped for a minute, and we're just kind of in a space where we're relaxing a bit. And I think Visha would just naturally, his first reaction is to just call forth a bonfire. Whenever we're paused for a moment, he calls forth a bonfire, so we have a little campsite, and he just starts playing with the flames as he does, and the smoke is strange. It's thicker, it's slightly green, it's different, and he kind of leans into that, and the smoke forms little faces, maybe a wing, maybe a claw, and then there's a little burst, and this smoke memphit just pops out and lands, and it's just there.
Oh boy, my soot hurts. Such a long trip really does a number on the... Oh! Hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing?
Can you describe to us more what this memphit looked like?
Yeah, he's so he's pretty wispy. So sometimes he's there, sometimes he's just smoke. He seems flow in and out of that. But think wings that if smoke was rising off him, constantly rising off him in the shape of wings, and then little horns, very angular shapes, elongated ears, really exaggerated nose, kind of claw-like hands, very, insectoid almost, right? Terrifying, but also really friendly, really kind of, hey pal, what's up? That kind of thing.
What's their name?
Good question. Ash.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ashley. I'm a temp.
Ash.
Then again, in a
And I've seen Ash. I've seen Ash in the Smokelands before. So I don't know them personally. I don't know Ash. We didn't hang out, but I know of Ash and Ash's kind because I've seen them.
You're finally gonna get a bit Twitter visuals.
Yeah.
Oh, huh. Didn't expect to see you, Ash. My flower from another power. You haven't made it back to the realm in ages.
Yeah, it's good to be here, I had some time off. Got away from the family for a bit. Thought I'd come and say hi. So, hi.
Well, hi.
Hey.
I like this guy.
Hey, kid, I like you too. You got good taste.
Nice. I'll fist bump the ash demon.
Yeah, right. It just turns into shadow, but they go into the fist bump and it just evaporates. Yeah.
Well,
I was never any good at whistling, but I can call hogs. Ooh.
Oh my god! Okay, I'm sorry.
Calling for treats. I'll be right there.
And for a second, nothing happens.
12 hogs.
30 to 50.
We are all looking at ground level.
Yeah.
But suddenly the branches above us start to quiver, and then suddenly through the tree above us breaks a giant raven-winged creature with a pug head. And where the nose should be is the tiniest little rhinoceros horn. And it is flying pretty erratically, but like skids to a halt near us and pants.
Hi.
What's their name?
I'm Coco Macaroon Biscotti Ginger Snickerdoodle the Third, but you can call me Cookie.
Cookie? Maybe, like, take a breather for a sec? You're okay, right? That looked like a hard landing.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rains kind of hops a few steps backwards. I don't know. I'm sure rabbits can back up. And we know some animals can, some can't. But it's D&D, so Rain can. And then as Rain is backing up from the smoke that is still like billowing off of this bonfire and embers comes this like enormous statuesque golden man who is like really ripped and jacked and kind of looks like Ra, but instead of eagle feathers down his back is like porcupine quills. And he's like walking really statuesquely, and Rain backs like right into him, and then he like reaches down and just like picks Rain up so that Rain is at like face level with everyone else, and Rain is like like very stressed out about this. And he's like,
have no fear, little creature. You have called for transportation, and I am here to assist.
Rain's just like, I guess.
Guillermo! It's so to see you.
The sentiment is echoed.
Wow.
His bird beak looks stoically unimpressed.
Sorry if I'm a little... We just never quite vibed.
Vibes are unnecessary.
I don't...
Alright, so, Cookie. How about that cookie?
How many cookies can a cookie get if a cookie could get cookies? Oh, can a cookie get any flavor of cookie if a cookie really wants it? But how many cookies can a cookie get if a cookie can have all the cookies? Can
Are they
cookie
at the
have all
dinner?
the cookies in the first
I love cookies, are they? Can we go to the table? Ooh, this way? Oh, which way? Left or right?
You know the way, man. It's at my yurt.
Ooh, let's go. Can we go? Are we going? Let's make some headway. Haste makes waste.
I assure you, we all remember the location.
It's at this time that even more animals start coming forth. It's a whole host of animals, in fact, and they're surrounding the stage. There's everything from like a dove to a cat and even a ram, and they're speaking like frantic and furious in this like primordial tongue. It's just like a lot of stuff.
Oh, I think I speak primordial. No, I don't. I went with Sylvan, not primordial. Shame.
Okay, everyone, one at a time. I seem to be getting word of some serious discord and discontinuity in the live stream. What? A reality rift? Seriously not a groovy situation. Sir George, I'm still responsible for you as my ward, so you're going to have to stay with me. As for everybody else, I'll meet you at my yurt. Oh, and watch out for the fireflies. You should try to get to my place before they show up. Hiloha, Sir George, let's ride.
She just rides off into the distance with Hiloha.
Don't hurt our friend!
And then you just hear Sir George screaming, "Ah!" He's not a fan of heights.
We have to get there before the pyre flies. What is that?
This sounds like a place that Visha might know something about.
Oh yeah.
It does sound like something I should know something about. Let me see. What is on Visha's sheet that he could use to know what this is? Knowledge, I guess. So maybe nature, maybe arcana. I'm not sure.
You could also just ask one of the chimeras.
Oh, sure. That does make sense. Hey, what are you?
Who is Visha talking to?
I guess he would just kind of like lean down to his little smoke memphit, and he would just go like, shake his little smoke memphit hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, what is, how do we do this? How do we, interact? We were supposed to fly, yes? Can you, little smoke thing, take me to this yacht? And he's like,
just stand right there and, let me do all the work, okay? As usual, I always gotta do all the work. Hold on. I am the wind beneath your wings. Actually, I'm your wings. Hold on.
And then he just kind of like expands into smoke. Almost like his body lets go. Like he's holding smoke together to form his little memphit body. It lets go and kind of waves over Visha and reforms. And the wings form back on Visha.
Ah, cool.
So it's like the smoke has enveloped him and now become a part of him.
That's really cool.
And you see his little head pop up, like, hey, like.
There you go, boss. We're all set.
Visha, these wings just really are doing it for you.
Visha's kind of happy. He's not. He's like looking over his shoulder, kind of trying to catch himself in like the reflection in the water or something. Or like, no, he's looking at your shield. He's like behind you, kind of checking himself out. Yeah.
Gonna give you my mirror so that you can also get a shot from behind using the
nice, yeah,
like, all angles.
Like you're trying to see like when they cut the back of your hair, like, hey, yeah,
we look good, like Fifth Avenue in the Fire Realm good, like, oh, smoking.
That'll work. Thank you.
While Rain is like thumping over to like also compliment Vish's wings and to find out where this memphit is from, because we sound like we're from the same geographic area.
Right.
But then Guillermo just like picks him up under the armpits and like holds him out.
I advise you brace yourself, little fuzzy friend. 1, 2.
And just starts running as fast as he can, just leaving like a little trail of dust. And you just hear like, ah!
Perfect.
I guess we better catch up with Guillermo and Rain. Cookie, can I hop on? Is this gonna mess up your feathers? And Cookie shakes her head.
No, everything's fine. Go right ahead. Okay. Oh, actually, no, don't worry at all. Everything's fine. The feathers go back really fast. Okay.
And so I hop on the back of the raven pug rhino.
What do they sound like when you hop on their back?
And then I think at first that I've heard it, but then it's just excitement, and then he starts like hopping like a raven around, panting in excitement.
The rug now.
Yeah. Nyel walks me over to the little body of water that now has magically gone in the direction that I want to be going, and just rolls over on his back, and then just goes and smacks with his hand so he knows where to go, and I get to sit on him, and he's my little canoe.
Oh my god!
Come along! Lovely lazy magic river riding rides really smooth.
Yeah.
The river just happens to go this way. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly where I want to go.
I love the idea of Guillermo running as hard as he can, and then Nyel just like slowly, lazily coming up the river beside him.
Lazily, sailing up beside.
Guillermo, relax, lazy lackadaisy. We'll all get there in due time.
I am relaxing. Running is good for the body, mind, and soul.
I'm just looking out at the scenery. Everything's passing by very quickly, but I'm seeing all these dark trees and like shimmers in the night.
Rain's going like, ah! But then he looks over and he sees that you're just vibing, and then he's like, so we're going this way.
Yes, my friend. So it would seem. Tree.
All right.
I think that lady, what was her name?
Sage.
Sage.
I think Sage said it's gonna be hours. Anybody got any travel games?
Games? I love games and cookies and games with cookies and cookies with games and games with cookies and cookies with
Visha
games and
spies
games
with his little
cookies
eye.
and games. What are you talking about?
We could play Truth or Dare.
Ooh.
At the rift of reality.
You know, I'm just exhausted enough.
Quicksilver's favorite game. Whip it out at all the parties.
Sylvie, that's hardcore.
We could start with dares to the chimeras.
Right.
By all means.
Dare to a loop.
20 questions.
Ooh. Well, we can play Truth or Dare, but you gotta go first. Like, we get to ask you.
First. Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's so unfair.
I guess I'll allow it. Okay. Hit me.
Well, Truth or Dare?
Truth.
You know, Sylvie, we're still getting to know each other. And I'm just real curious. How long have you been doing this journalism, archivist, all these asking questions? How long has this been going on for you?
It's somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 years.
That was not what I was expecting.
You gotta do something for a lot of hours before you get to be as good as I am.
That is so true. That is amazing. Oh man, you've seen a lot then.
I have, but I also am very good at asking questions, and now it's my turn. One at a time. Oh man. Okay.
You're only really good at something after the first million hours. You know how it is.
That's Malcolm Gladwell says so. Algernon, speaking of Truth or Dare, do you Truth or Dare? Right back at you.
I'll meet your truth with my truth.
Oh man. Okay. So tell me a little bit about
Hey, do we
this.
that's what I would spend my turn asking. What's with that weird googly eye thing on your chest?
Tell me more about it.
Is that like an Argos thing?
Yeah, it's a deity of protection. I was raised to honor it, and I chose when I was an adult to join the Ivory Court, which this is specifically like I go out into the world and I'm just determined to protect people. And like when I feel like I'm just kind of tired of doing that, or when I get kind of discouraged, and it reminds me of the more important things.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it mostly is.
As you guys continue your journey, I would love you to continue this game, but you're going through various different areas. There's a whole bunch of biomes, everything you can think of. I'm going to ask Milo/Rain, which biome are you guys crossing now, and what's interesting about it?
Okay, we are entering a bog, a big marshy bog, and fortunately Guillermo runs fast enough that he seems very adept at hitting those stones in the bog, but he's now have to spring around, and it's splashing everywhere. And of course there's the clearer river. Of course that everybody else is airborne, so they don't really care. So really it's only a problem for Guillermo. And in this bog there are these little tiny flowers that appear to be glistening, but if you look close, it's like a nectar on them. I don't know if anyone's ever seen honeydew or sundew flowers. So these fuchsia flowers with this goop, and there's so many bugs in this bog that as Guillermo is running, it's instead of throwing up dust, it's also throwing up bugs. There's little beetles spraying everywhere and little grubs.
Are you enjoying my dust, little devil?
Hey, strong and spiky, watch where you kick that up. Your cams are getting dust all over my wings, getting me all gross and stuff. You spiky-headed goo.
Everything here is sort of decaying, and it actually smells not too bad. It's because it's that kind of autumnal decay smell. Every so often you get a hint of something maybe a little gnarlier, but yes, this is the wetland we're going through.
I think it's your turn to give someone a truth or a dare.
Rain? No,
Yeah.
It's Algernon, isn't it?
Oh well, Rain! Guillermo, slow down! Stop hopping around.
Guillermo sort of like starts to hold Rain like what do you call that when something is like so Rain stays in the same position even though Guillermo is moving around him.
Like a chicken head?
Exactly.
Like chicken head
There's a word for it that I cannot think of right now. Rain's like, yeah, oh man, you gotta do this to me. You know what I'm gonna pick. Come at me. You know it's gonna be a dare.
Oh, dang it. All right, well, I dare you to answer this question and not get out of it.
That's cheating. That's not. Poor sport.
Rain, I have tried to ask you this question for days, and you keep avoiding
Keep your voice down. Keep your voice down. No,
Well,
I do not have a boyfriend.
There you go again. You're avoiding it. Listen, I wanted to do this in private, but you keep avoiding me, and so we're doing it here in this bar.
Running from robots. And now. Look here, Algie.
Yeah?
I understand where you're coming from, but avoided is a strong word considering the various adversities we've been facing.
Well, listen, do you even know what I'm going to ask? I think you do, because you're avoiding it so hard right now.
I'm just pointing out the truth of the picture. The facts.
All right. Well, yeah, you're right. We've been through a lot, but listen, what's going on with you? There's more to you than meets the eye. I know it. I saw it right when we first met. There's some sort of like...
I love musicals. I just love them. That's what's going on with me. That's my secret. I'm sorry. I know that's hard to accept.
Well, that is alarming. And I am going to require you to sing from a musical at some point in the off-screen future. But what I really want to know is, we were attacked by these white creatures, and I saw the same thing within you on the very first day I met you. And I got to know what's going on. There's more to you than meets the eye, and I think we know each other long enough that I would like to know you a little bit better. And so I dare you to explain yourself.
Rain kind of looks at everybody else like, I don't think this is the game. I think I'm supposed to, like, eat something gross, like a bug. How about I just eat a bug? And then he'll, like, catch one out of the air, like... I'd be like, yeah.
That was real good bug catching, and you don't have to answer right now, but we were attacked by these things, and I really think that it would help if we understood a little bit about what they are, what their connection is to you.
Well, I think it's fairly natural in a place like this to have kind of a sordid past. So I will confess to having a sordid past of musical loving and creature avoiding. I did some time, you can put it that way. And I maybe still owe some time. I'd like not to return.
Are these creatures after you?
Little bit, yeah. But they don't usually find me this quick, and I think we're in a different realm right now. So look, if it becomes a real issue, I'll just dip. How about I can promise this?
Oh, no. That's not my intention at all. I understand your love of musicals because they were singing a song about rain. So that makes sense. But no, I just like for you. I would like you to just consider that maybe don't dip and just reach out and we can protect you. We fought them once.
Well, I mean, what kind of limitations you got on this god? Like, there's a big god, there's a medium god, this is...
like medium large?
Because I feel like what I'm dealing with is kind of a triple XL, you know.
Well, that's just me. Visha's got something, Quicksilver's got something. Like, all together, we can get to that triple X large, yeah.
Right. Well, I appreciate your care, and I hope that we never have to talk about it again. Visha! Visha! Truth or dare? Dare, right? Dare.
Sure. I will take a dare.
All right, gases and swamps. I feel like I dare you.
All right.
To light the swamp.
To light the swamp on fire.
To make the biggest gas fireball that you think you can.
Niall's eyes just like go huge and just like gets the hell out of there.
Oh, goodness. Oh, gracious. Oh, my. Why?
I do not believe this is a wise course of action.
It's going to be my sweet 16 all over again. Such a sad birthday, I must say.
There's definitely there's the little smoke angel and a little smoke devil on Visha's shoulders right now. He's just like, but his little friend, his little smoke membered friend is really into it. He's like,
that sounds wicked fun. Hold on, bud. I got you.
And the wings just kind of shift. Like, whoa! And we fly down and circle this kind of like bubbling gas geyser. And Visha's pretty sure this will do. So he does a circle around, and then he just waits until he sees some bubbles, and he casts bonfire in the center of it.
I've become death, destroyer of bugs.
Does a little fly around it.
Might I remind you that I am the only one on the ground right now.
And guys probably gets blasted forward
You are now not the only one on land. Our poor little magical river, Nile's magical river, is quickly drying up now with all this evaporated
I have to walk
heat.
so slowly.
Yes.
Yeah, Nyel just is really angry and gets all its stuff and huffs and puffs. And
Oh, pebbles and spoons, my scales, my beans, my everythings. All I wanted was a nice dinner, and now I have to walk.
And now I'm just gonna start trudging with my dripping wet, looking at the gas fire to my left.
Rain was paws up while Guillermo got thrown forward on a ride. Woo! But Guillermo is right there beside Nyel,
I heeded the call. But now, I believe that was a fool's action. Whenever Sage is involved, there is always a problem.
God, her parties are always the worst.
Why did
they always end in disaster? Yeah. I said after the last one I wasn't going to come, but they said there was a buffet, and so I came to the buffet, but you just never know.
So obviously the biome has now changed. Either immediately or another 30 minutes or so from now. Rachael, what does this biome look like, and what is the piece of it that's sticking out to you?
Okay, so I'm imagining kind of exploding geysers everywhere. We're in a volcano field where it's lava-y, hardened over, and it's pew, pew, pew. And it's not actually dangerous. You don't have to walk through it being afraid, but you kind of got to watch your step. And it's gray and black across the land, but there's these yellowy smoke puffs coming out everywhere.
In fact, that is the mode of transportation you all have to take. It's they act like these little almost smoky jumping pads. The air is very thick here and makes it hard to fly, so you have to use these to go from point A to point B, and so on and so forth.
Fun! Hold tight, these things can take us really?
I feel like Guillermo just runs straight into the puff. Just he's played this platformer before. he knows when to press A, and he's jumping on him.
Hey, Guillermo!
Who hasn't been dared yet, or who hasn't asked a question yet?
Everyone has been called upon.
Yeah.
So now it's
gotcha.
2 sets of 2s now.
Right. I guess he would do a little circle around the fire, just kind of just admire it for a moment. He likes fire, it's part of his thing. He likes it, so just kind of fly around it for a moment and then soar back up and rejoin everyone. He's kind of lost in thought, and then he just turns towards Rain. What is Rain doing right now?
Rain is definitely holding on for dear life while Guillermo's hopping. But when he sees that you're perceiving him because you're just flying, presumably, he kind of smooths himself out this is chill and he's having a good time.
Right. It's all perfectly natural, right? Yeah, he would just fly alongside for a moment. You will. Is this comfortable for you?
I definitely would rather be in a hole with some soup. That's what I'd rather be doing.
Yes.
I will confess. How about you? I mean, the drip is impeccable.
The wings are nice. I'm not terribly comfortable too high just yet. And you can see that he's like never left about like maybe 100 feet. Like hasn't gone beyond that. Kind of sticking close to the ground.
So we're having this conversation because of the puffs where he like comes down to have it, goes up, comes down.
Right. And I like eventually I'll start dipping down. I'll just like dip down with you and come back up so I can kind of match it. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's fascinating. And then we just have like a little conversation for a while, I think.
They get all secretive. Everyone's like, truth or dare? They're like,
right. And they're like, where are you from? Speak to me of your lands. You know, that kind of thing.
I think one of you, either Quicksilver or Algernon needs to truth or dare both Visha and Rain
Sure.
to do the same thing or answer the same question. They're in cahoots.
Do you... Okay, I'm going to say dare, the both of you, to... Oh, I want to do something silly with the jumping patterns. To do the YMCA while you're jumping.
Yes, which in this world is like it stands for something
Yellow
different, right?
magic cloud.
Right.
Acrobatics. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, acrobatics.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
we all love the YMCA. I'd love to do acrobatics then. Yes, we can do YMCA. It's fun to dance at the YMCA. Do all tumbles at YMCA. You can jump up and down. Yes.
definitely Rain can like jump from the platform as a little acrobat and like jump over the smoke and like. And Guillermo hates this. Guillermo is like snatching at the air, like just so stressed out, just pinching like his eagle beak, like ah. Eventually he like just grabs Rain like in his eagle beak, like by the scruff, and then Rain acrobats her.
In the middle of, you can jump all around and do things all at the Y.
Yeah.
Such a good sound.
Well, I think we would all be like, we're all giggly at this point. Like we've been a little silly.
Yes.
We've had to release a little bit of silly energy, so we're kind of in that like giggly weird stage.
When you're so hungry that you just start going crazy and saying like delirious things.
Yeah. Or you're so tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the rest time is usually when like people start to like let their guts out.
Yeah.
It's perfect because your stomachs are definitely rumbling really, really bad. But you've been in this kind of desert biome for a little bit. You all decide to gather together with your fellow chimeras, and you all are a little bit tired, a little bit, and you just take a moment together, and rest a slight bit, make a plan, find some food or water or something.
Cookie's tummy is rumbly.
I am also in dire need of sustenance.
How about some salmon to quench our famine?
Oh, I could really go for some charred oak right now. With a side of hot spectral pepper sauce. A couple of spiced cockatrice tails, too. Oh, with a side of napalm. Just like Mom used to make.
I'll start scavenging because survival's like what I like to do.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll me some survival?
So 17.
With a disadvantaged survival roll of 17, I'm going to say you do manage to find the faintest of rivers, like a little strip in this kind of canyony bit.
Awesome. I will start. Like I'm assuming we've got like some packing gear because it's D&D and everybody's got their little kits.
Yeah.
Start like bringing back canteens of water. Or I guess I'll be like, this might be a good place to rest. Rehydrate ourselves. Hopefully this isn't awful cursed river water.
No. This is my favorite river on this route. Let's make camp. This will be my favorite camping site.
Are you camping here or are you following the river?
Just find a nice place on the river.
It's a very tiny little stream.
What time is it?
It's getting late. You think sunset is gonna approach maybe in the next hour or two.
You should probably find a campsite.
Nyel, is this you said this is your favorite river, so is it gonna like open up?
Yes, it will, but only after breakfast. There's a swell in the river.
So don't camp too close to the
That's how
river.
rivers work, yeah.
All right.
What if we all sleep here for the night, get up at the butt crack of dawn, and hop on Niles' back?
Yes, and then I can get us going full speed ahead towards the dinner.
That's when Cookie will chime in saying,
What about the yurt? And the dinner? And cookies? Can we please get Cookie some cookies?
Oh, we have to get there tonight?
however you want to do that.
Oh, right.
Get there by midnight.
Now we got to push on, yeah. Well, maybe like we'll stop and have water and a snack, and then we'll continue on.
Appetizers.
I really like this idea about riding on an otter gator. Perhaps anybody got any magic or anything that can like that can swell the river? Because that sounded really cool.
Let me see. No, everything's fire. I got no water magic. Nothing.
Can I use chaos to create like a storm that floods the river?
Yeah, I might do it.
What spell are you using to kind of do this?
River flood? That's it.
I don't think that's a spell. Definitely not first level.
Could we like damn it real quick?
Oh,
damn it while we snack, and then
as a like quote unquote survival skill, start dragging over some stuff. I mean, we've got all these big creatures to help, so we could probably do it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a very small river, so like it's gonna take a while. But by all means.
Charm person won't help.
Yeah, how do you all help collect this little tiny sliver of a river into enough water for all 8 of you?
Are there any beavers?
Not in this biome.
No? Alright.
In fact,
there's no desert beaver?
You'll be lucky if you don't run into like a weird like manticore. Actually.
Let's maybe continue up the river a little bit and snack where we're not gonna run into a manticore because a little bird just told me
Right.
This is a dangerous place.
Yeah, like a little, like there's somewhere. If it's a canyon, there's got to be somewhere where there's like a little raised area and like a recessed cave. There's got to be a place we can be a little bit up and a little bit back, so we're safe for like an hour rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to eat and drink, right? Until we can find a place. Maybe find a fish along the way. Gather a few canteens of water. You know, basic survival stuff.
Okay. So you are following the river? Yes?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard? Okay.
If everyone else is okay with it. Visha tends to just say yes and then look for confirmation afterwards, so you can cut them off when you want to.
As you guys follow this dried up stream, dawn quickens towards sunset. And this journey has been long, dry, and oddly hot on this stretch. The march has been so long that your party and your new friends are just worn and weary, each overdue for a refreshing, replenishing, resplendent sip of water. It's nigh impossible to find in the last few hours. Any hint of an oasis in the Looming Domain's desert area, it's all dried up, but you are determined. And soon, this pitiful drying stream starts to pour its last tides into a sinkhole. Drip, drop, drizzling into a dream. Our Storied Insight is a blended audio drama and actual play podcast using D&D 5th edition. Our table is a brave space where players have a chance to rewrite the very stories they tell to themselves. You can tell us your stories via our socials. Our Storied Cast on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, and our Storied Insight on YouTube and TikTok. You can also support new chapter episodes on Patreon at patreon.com/ourstoriedinsight. Please consider rating the show, writing a review, and sharing with friends. In this chapter, our players are
Milo as Rain Lagobean,
Rachael as Quicksilver,
Aram as Vishakapar Zakarian,
Tricia McGarrah as Algernon Bouquet,
and Allonté Barakat as this story's keeper. Additional voice talents include
Dana Ebert as Sage Southwood,
Morgan Harrison as Hiloha,
Kal Vincent as Nyel,
Kelly from DorkTales as
Ash, the Method. Nice to meet you.
Rachael Schumacher as Coco Macaroon Biscotti Ginger Snickerdoodle III. Cookie!
Charli Looney as Guillermo.
This chapter was edited by Izzy Bromberger. A special thanks goes out to the music of the many amazing and talented artists compensated by Artlist.io. Find their names in the episode's description.
I've been run off my feet. No, whoever invented heels should be flayed and boiled alive. Cheers, my darling. Are you back yet? No? Oh, I suppose there goes my chances at a good football. Though, you should really compel a cheers to have some help. Whoa.
How unsurprising to find you here, sat like a pampered doll with your feet up on the hassock like a lump.
No, it's been centuries. But surely you remember how sore your feet were after your wedding day? I haven't even had a chance to recover. All the fuss and the ceremony and the tension from the election. My feet are likely to disarticulate at the ankle. I've been worked to the very bone. As much as couples are supposed to resemble each other with age, I'd much prefer if I kept both my legs. For all a GS seems to make do.
Work your bones down to the nubs if you have to. There are tasks yet undone.
For love. Relax. Relax. Maybe take a deep breath in. Everything is going according to schedule. Besides, what is life if we can't stop and smell the roses? Oh, and life certainly has its roses.
Were I in your position, I might try harder not to vouchsafe my affections. I hope you are willing to dispose of that charming new swain of yours, should he prove a problem.
Must I? Must I? How long has it been since I've been properly rewarded for my efforts? I deserve nice things.
You little...
Oh! Stop!
If we can afford them, you simpering fool! Don't you ever forget that you are in bed with more than just your new husband. We are indebted. That little trick I played with time will come due before much longer.
I know. You said this a million
On
times.
your feet. Now!
There! Oh! That's a blister. Are you happy now?
Enough whining! We're sister.
She's probably still on her scouting mission. You know she never takes a minute if 3 will do. I'm sure I'll hear from her shortly.
Good. When she arrives, give her this.
What? What is this? What is this? Is it just water?
Correct. Though the nature of this refreshment is not one I'd care to experience. Waters from the fountain, Lethe. Courtesy of our new friend.
Well, it's surprising that it didn't exist in the mortal realm. Manifesting it properly must have been some trick. Even knowing what it is, I seem to possess a strange compulsion to taste it. Oh, well, well, that's a little disconcerting. Are you sure we should give this to Sister? With our luck, she'll get thirsty, and she hasn't exactly got a lot of brains to spare, so...
A valid point. Put some dye in it. Maybe if it's as green as a toad, she won't mistake it for anything. But the poison it is.
I will take it under advisement. But why? Why take all the effort to obtain this, of all things?
Emanations are incredibly powerful, but severely limited. They would have no use for emissaries otherwise.
Smell.
Bringing a pure distillation of their power into this world requires the kind of ability to bend the rules that bind them. That being said, even when exploiting loopholes, as this one seems to be doing, they still reach for the tools with which they are familiar. You remember your instructions?
Yes. I shall make sure everything is properly distributed, and I've selected a lovely covey of scapegoats to take the fall. Is that all?
For now. Don't you dare mess this up.
I won't. I won't. Ta-ta! You senile oak cantankerous bat! Did I really